Sorry. So we're back. So yeah, so the story itself is really phenomenal, and I believe that if you're looking for something that's gonna inspire you and change the way you think, as far as like that, what you do and what you have is not who you are. Kind of what I've been reading lately with the late great Dr. Wayne Dyer. I think it's gonna change the way you look at things, and maybe you might pursue certain things differently, and you might not think about just accruing materialistic things or going after certain positions just because of the salary or the money. You might actually think about whether it is something you want to do and more meaning to it and more purpose, as opposed to just making the most money. So that was my number 2, and I think number 3 would be obviously it's a great book. Everybody knows this book. The book of Paul Coelho, The Alchemist, right? Everybody knows that book, right? So I've read it already. I try to read it every year, or every 6 months, to give me that inspiration of that we are here to, we all have our personal legends, right? And we're here to meet those legends and pursue those legends. And hey, sorry, the dog over here is going crazy. We're here to pursue our legends and understand that our inner voice, that inner that uncomfortability that we have, or where we at, is probably because we're meant to do something else, and we're meant to be somewhere else, and not be somewhere else, but follow our passions and follow our interests. And that book is a great perception, a story about the little boy, and he's going through the whole his whole life trying to pursue that. And yeah, the story, you gotta read it, you gotta pick it up. It's also a short book, you could probably read it within a sitting. But yeah, so pick that book up, The Alchemist, right? And then number 4, if you want to go a little bit more towards like business, I would say, to change your mind on certain things, I would say the 4-hour work week by Tim Ferriss. It might not, it's not considered, I guess, a business book, but I feel like it gives you different way of looking at things, as far as like working and being an entrepreneur and starting your own business. Like, he gives you a lot of ideas, a lot of perceptions, not perceptions, but a lot of perspectives on how to do things, and things that we probably never thought about, that are right at our fingertips, and we never really pursue it. So yeah, the 4-hour work week will be actually a good book for you to pick up this year, and just change the way I guess change the way you do things, and maybe open up your mind a little bit more about how people are out there doing certain things that you thought were never possible. Number 5, I would have to say, as far as books, it's actually this pretty cool book that
Mommy, I stopped going.
let me see the book. Let me see. I would say the monk and the riddle, by The Monk in the Middle by Randy Commissar. It's a book I was reading another book, and somebody recommended it, and I think it's pretty interesting. It's a business book. It's more about a story about an investor in the Silicon Valley. And hey, what's wrong? Stop it. Yeah, it's like a cool story. Kind of just breaks it down, like to follow more meaning and purpose than just the money, and not to just try to make a business just because you want to make money. And then he's more about thinking long term vision, the big picture, and whether your product is great or not, but understand that you have to be invested in it. And hold on a second. So basically, sorry, you have to be more think long term in any product you're selling. So I think it's really good for all your entrepreneurs that are trying to start something or want to sell a product, or trying to venture out to a new venture, think about like why you're doing it. And I think that book kind of gives a description of the story, the way it works. And he kind of, for me, it hit it hard, because although I want to have my own business, I want to know what it is, what I'm doing, and why I'm doing it. And so this gives you more of a perspective on what direction to go. So like, it's not only about just making the quick buck, is why you're doing it, and why you're doing it have a meaning and purpose and a passion for it. So this way, in the same time, you're able to accrue the financial means, but you're also doing it because you feel you're compelled as a passion to do it. And then when they both combine, then you have the happy, I would say, nirvana, as they say in Buddhism, right? So it's the knowing why you're doing it, and then once you find out why you're doing it, do it for the purpose of your calling and your passion, and then the financial means will meet with you. So in that book, I think that's kind of what I got from it. It's actually a great book. Everybody will probably get a different meaning of it if you read it, but that's the meaning I got from it. Like more following your passion and purpose, as opposed to just wanting to make $100 million and just cashing out and just living your life. Like, that's great and all, but there's more to life than that. But of course, we can all use $100 million, but he breaks it down in more about having a purpose-driven business as opposed to just the money itself. So these are my top 5 books. I hope you guys enjoyed it. For the 2019, I'm gonna be picking up some more books. I've been kind of slacking on reading, because I feel like by me making these videos, I'm actually learning more and understanding myself more than just reading books. And some of these business books are great and all, but I think most of the times you'll actually learn by trying things and meeting people that have been through the business itself, or they've done the business and they know the ups and downs. But they're still not gonna be able to predict what you're gonna go through. And that's something that I think we all learn as we start something new. It's gonna be long, hard, and you're gonna learn a lot of things, but it's a journey, right? So all right, guys, I hope you liked it. I hope you guys can give me some comments, some feedback, and see what do you guys think about the books. Any books you guys recommend, I'm all up for it. I love to read. So go ahead, guys, take care and catch those books.